Let me just tell you. Do you like celery?
Yeah.
This celery salad I have been making will change your life.
The only thing I can really cook is crystal meth. So
Yeah.
I'm kind of got to venture into the vegetable thing.
Yeah, I don't do that anymore, so we do vegetables
don't?
now, yeah.
I used to love it.
Celery.
Yeah, oh, celery. Yeah. Move on to celery. After a
Yeah,
certain
yeah.
age, you got to get back with
Walnuts,
vegetables.
Parmesan, dates, celery,
Okay.
and a lemon shallot vinaigrette.
I was waiting for you to say raisins because white people
No,
love raisins.
dates, Mom.
Oh, dates.
There's
Okay,
the
yeah,
sweet
sweetness,
thing.
sweetness, sweetness. Okay, let's get to this episode. Here we go. Welcome back to the Pit Stop, the only official recap show for RuPaul's Drag Race Season 18. I am your super positive and supportive host, Bianca Del Rio, and today we are joined by a Snatch Game champion, a very talented queen who I have never spoken poorly of in my entire career. Please welcome Alexis Michelle. All right, Alexis, before we get into this episode, I know people are wondering, and people are saying, oh God, Bianca and Alexis are in the room together. How are you?
I'm great.
Good.
What could that be about?
I have no idea.
I don't know what you're talking about, really, because I've never had a bad word to say about you publicly.
Neither have I. This is
How nice!
Yes.
Don't touch me.
Okay, great. All right, here we go. Today you're in the hot seat, so the good thing is you're gonna see how easy it is to give an opinion and have it completely taken out of context.
This seat is hot. I think, was Candy just in the seat?
Oh, she was!
That's why it's so hot.
Well, girl, she told us about her taco seasoning. It's a whole nother thing. She doesn't wash her tuck and panties.
Makes it spicy. Nice and spicy. You're from Nola. You like Cajun seasoning.
I do like Cajun seasoning, but I'm not interested in diving into Candy Muse. I mean, that seems like I need to get a running start, and I'd need a parachute or something to get out.
The invitation still stands, sister. You know I'm down.
Oh, yes, because you did. Oh, yes, because you. Oh, great. Let me not ruin a relationship. Think positive, think positive, think positive.
There's no relationship.
I gotta say, you look absolutely amazing. Have you gone to Kris Jenner's doctor?
I've just been to the dentist.
Ah, brilliant. Now, how has life been since your season and All Stars 8?
Oh my goodness. I mean, it's been great. I've gotten to do some dream roles in the theater. And I wrote a book.
Yay!
I contributed to a book with some of our sisters.
And where can we find this book?
Everywhere that you buy books.
Yeah.
You can find the book everywhere you buy books. No tea, no shade. My life as drag queen.
That's brilliant. So aside from being an actress and an author, what else is filling your time?
Oh, you know, I'm really more of a giver than a taker.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yes, but I do like things in my mouth.
Got it.
See, you can't read me like Alyssa, because, honey, I own that.
Oh, exactly. No, the
yeah.
good thing is, I say this, it's one of those things where if you're a queen, you can take a joke and you can definitely take an insult. And the crazy thing is when you're watching Drag Race, you find yourself just giving an opinion. And we don't know the backstory. And then the queen always wants to defend their backstory, but because we don't see it.
I haven't seen it.
Exactly. How do we know? All right, so seriously, I'm glad that you're here and excited to get into this episode with you because you are a Snatch Game winner from your season.
Yes.
Season 9 as Liza Minnelli, is that correct?
That's correct. You know, we both did very well in our Snatch games.
I didn't win.
But I won.
You did, but I won the show.
Bianca Del Rio!
But the good thing is,
You know what they say, like, the winner's not really the winner.
oh, sure.
Yeah, that's what they say. It's all right, you're very rich.
Are there any key points to doing a good Snatch Game?
You should really have some fundamental knowledge and love and deep, history of the person if you're doing someone we know well.
Right.
But what we've seen a lot of these girls do in later years is like divert from, doing Carol Channing and instead they do Jesus Christ.
It does get tricky when you're trying to pick something that's original and new. And here is your season. You did Liza Minnelli and other people did Liza Minnelli after you. How do you feel about that?
First of all, I was so grateful every year I watched because I tried for all those years and I was like, please don't do Liza.
Oh.
Please don't do Liza. Please don't do Liza. And I know Kasha Davis was going to do it.
Oh.
I know it was Jinx's backup. I heard it might have been someone else's
Oh yeah, it was my
backup.
backup too. Yeah.
So I thank you.
No,
Thank you so much.
Eliza is one of those people that I admire and love, and it's that thing that if you have admiration for them, you want to do justice and you want to do it right.
Loving tribute.
Exactly. And you need the right character that extends or lends itself to the game that you're playing.
That's right.
Yeah, and we'll get into more of that later where we're discussing impersonation/illusion.
I would be remiss if I didn't say,
Yes.
with your love of Dora and your love of vintage style,
Yeah.
someday can you please do a mashup for me?
Ready
for it?
Tell me.
And Dora, the Explorer.
Good job. I will do it. I will gladly do it. And as an elderly queen, I know who Endora is.
I know none of these people know.
They
what
don't.
we're
They'll have to
talking
Google
about.
it. All right, well, let's get into this episode. It's a new day in the workroom when Ru tells the queens that it's time for everyone's favorite maxi challenge, the Snatch Game. But not just any Snatch Game, the Snatch Game of Love Island. It's Snatch matching reality. How do you feel about this setup?
All tea, all shade. I think that this format is more challenging.
Like the improv aspect of it, or the
Yeah.
spontaneity of it all. Yes.
I always dreamed, one of my backups was I wanted to do Eddie with someone else doing Patsy. And like I had wished that like, you know, Patsy would have been down there, Eddie would have been up here, and just like yelling back and forth
That
to
would
each
have genius.
other. You know what I mean?
Genius. Could have been a double win.
Yeah. When RuPaul walks into the room, I don't know if you clocked it, but Ru stole your look. That was a vintage print that I could see Miss Bianca Del Rio in.
Well, you are correct.
I mean, look at you now. Everything
I
today.
love a vintage print. I love a vintage print. Like there's certain queens that like to do a specific look for the whole run of it. I can't do that. This gives me the freedom to wear all the other because you know if it was up to me, same dress, different color.
Everything today is thoroughly modern Bianca.
There you are. Nothing modern about my dress. Now, based on the season this far, who do you think has the upper hand going into Snatch Game on Love Island?
Honestly, I'm excited, and not just because I know her and love her, but like, I'm excited to see Jane.
Jane!
And what she does in Snatch Game. She's done well
Yep.
in performance challenges. She's clearly sort of leading with entertainment,
Yep.
and that tends to be a good kind of performer in the Snatch Game.
She's only won one challenge so far. I feel there could have been a couple of more wins. My opinion! But I think that she could have had a couple of more wins under her belt.
I loved her design challenge. That
Design
suit
challenge was great.
so cute.
All right, Alexis, the queens are in the workroom, and right away we learn that some of these Snatch Game choices are interesting.
Suspect.
But I gotta say, a little creative. I mean, the fact that younger people are talking about Truman Capote,
Yep.
David Attenborough,
Yep.
the Pope.
Yep.
My thing is that I find there's a huge difference between an impersonation and an illusion.
That's right.
Care to elaborate on that?
I mean, I think in the Snatch Game, the name of the game is not illusion.
Right.
It's great if you can like serve the look, like
Yeah.
bonus points, but really what this is about is can you impersonate?
And commit.
Yes.
Now, Jane is doing a pretty specific choice.
Oh, yes.
As Truman Capote, who brings me joy. I mean, first of all, if you don't know who Truman is, I mean, you might know because there was that Ryan Murphy show that was out recently. He was a hateful who basically told everybody secrets, which I live for. That's the kind of to me. Oh, can I say? Go for it. Okay, they'll probably bleep it, but I meant homosexual. And then Discord, the one with the walk, is doing a generic version of the Pope. What do you think about these two choices?
First of all, like something we've seen as the years have gone on is more people shying away from cis female, impersonations.
Yeah, we kind of ran out.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, we have run out.
There's no women left.
Well, there really isn't. Like, when you think about it, at least they're going to some interesting characters. Not all, but some are interesting.
Well, listen, I have to say, and let this be my last time I'll give this PSA, but if a lady has been done well on the show, maybe move right along. I think we've had enough Lizas. But congrats to all the winners.
Look who's being today! Ah!
Feels good. I think it's rubbing off on me.
Oh,
Actually,
yeah.
why are you being so nice?
Well, I'm trying to be positive. We haven't gotten to the actual Snatch Game itself yet. I gotta creep in there with it. I haven't told you how much I hate Athena. It's coming up. It's coming up. Now, Mikey is doing Drew Barrymore. Are you confused that she's not doing Stewie from Family Guy? She does look like Stewie. She does look like Stewie. I'm just gonna say it.
Absolutely no comment.
No, but here it is that she's gonna do Drew Barrymore. And then we also had, a couple of seasons ago, Willow Pill did Drew Barrymore with not much success.
No, but that's why I say, it needs redemption.
If you're bad, then someone else can take it. Juicy is struggling and can't make up her mind. As you notice, she can't decide between Ugly Betty, Sofia Vergara.
Oh no, not Sofia Vergara.
No, but let me say, at least they're in the same realm together.
Yeah.
Hispanic women, which I go, okay, this is good. Because this was reminding me of Gia Gunn's moment where she could choose between being Kim Kardashian or Selena. Yes. So do you think having too many options is bad?
As far as like the focus, if you've got too many options, who do you actually do well?
And what's interesting is that she was tossing between Ugly Betty, Sofia Vergara, and ended up doing Jojo Siwa. Whatever. I mean, she did make me laugh, though. I mean, it was pretty funny. Moving on, now Ru surprises the queens in the workroom to chat Snatch Game characters. And right away, we learn that my favorite, Athena, has chosen to do Charlie Chaplin.
Yeah, I think it's a danger. I mean, I don't know how I would make Charlie Chaplin funny. Like if you were going with like the Norma Desmond post-silent era film star, like maybe there's something there.
Yeah.
You could say you were Gloria Swanson, you
Right.
know? But yeah, sus, very sus.
And she decides then to switch it to something that she's comfortable with, which is a Greek character who was Aristotle Onassis' first wife.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, do you think this is a cop-out?
No.
Safe bet?
No. I think it's wise. I think this is something she can tap into. So for me, this is a much better idea than this Charlie Chaplin business.
I don't think, and I'm going to say it, I don't think that she's creative enough to convince me that Charlie Chaplin would be a good choice.
Can I ask you something?
Yes, you can.
What has Athena Dion ever done to you?
Absolutely nothing. And that's why I'm mad.
Do you want her to touch you?
No, I don't want her to touch
Does that
me.
make you feel validated?
No, I don't want to be touched by a drag queen.
Yeah.
No, I want to be touched by Jesus. Because he's hung. Now, I was thinking. All right. Now Mia wants to do Big Ange. Now this is another repeat character. It was done twice before.
It's either got to be a redemption for someone that was done already that wasn't done well, or you've got to bring something new to it.
Right.
And if you must do it again, bring us something new. Show us something new. I want to be entertained.
I agree. And speaking of entertainment, or basically the lack of it, Mia decides to do Bloody Mary. Girl. I mean, I have been on this earth for 27 years, and never did I think Bloody Mary. What the f?
Did you ever play that game when you were little?
No.
Oh, I did.
No. Did
Yeah.
you see anything? What'd you see?
I saw you, Bianca, because you're dead inside.
Right, moving on. Miss Kenya Pleaser is a professional Lizzo impersonator. She's thinking this is gonna be the route to go. I don't know if Lizzo's gonna lend herself to being funny, aside from just being sassy.
It's a danger for sure.
Yeah.
You know, the music is great, the attitude is great.
Totally.
But like, you'd have to be a really great comic. Like Bianca Del Rio could probably do it.
I never heard of her. Now, Nene has decided to do David Attenborough. Now, do you think this is going to be funny?
If you have them saying filth and trash, right away, there's like your hook.
Kind of like Darlene playing Mrs. Claus and being horny.
Yeah.
I think it's a clever idea if it works. But here is this bitch sitting on the couch laughing every 5 seconds and not committing to the character. But it's kind of like, ah. And I like Darlene, I
Yeah.
do. But I just thought, oh, clever idea, bad approach.
Well, also she referenced something, which was that she said Santa has two beards, but then we didn't hear more. There could have been more comedy there if that was like part of the hook.
Agreed. All right, Alexis, it's time for the Snatch Game of Love Island. And Ru starts introducing our contestants, starting with Athena's last-minute creation of Greta Onassis. Smart to switch at the last moment, because I think she'd be far more convincing as a Greek woman. At least then it would explain her mustache.
Look at you, Bianca.
See?
New year, new old bag.
I gave you credit when you deserved it.
Did you?
I did.
I wouldn't.
Roll the footage.
I wouldn't know if you did. I don't watch this show.
Oh, who's the today? Now, Jane Don't kind of looks like Bette Midler and
Mindy Cohn, Facts of Life.
Natalie from Facts of
Yeah.
Life. Yes. And it's a weird look. It's kind of like lady, man, lady. Does that make sense?
Which is perfect for Truman Capote.
It is.
I also like that because Truman had that kind of like high baby voice, that it like really made room for her to be a total gay brat.
Completely.
Which was so fun.
So Mia Starr has decided to drop Big Ange and go with Bloody Mary. And what? Dead on arrival, bitch. Dead on arrival. What the was going on? The Louis Vuitton and the shoes full of blood and the lingerie and take the lingerie off. Bitch.
I would just like to say something too, and you know the earrings I'm talking about.
Which ones?
Those earrings that she wore in this challenge. We have seen them at Earrings Plaza. We have seen them in Santee Alley. I don't want to see those earrings on RuPaul's Drag Race again. I hate those earrings. Had nothing to do with the talent, but I hated those earrings.
Ooh, imagine that, coming on Pit Stop to hate something and have strong feelings about it. Whoa, it's okay when I do it because I'm Alexis. If Bianca does it, how rude of you. My feelings are hurt.
Again, I don't know how you heard about any of this. I never said anything. Publicly.
Sure.
Publicly.
Sure. Now, Nene Coco as Ellen DeGeneres, David Attenborough. David Attenborough. I mean, come on. She really looked like an Ellen. But the old age makeup was good, committed to the character. I must say, the most comfortable looking Snatch Game outfit I have ever seen on television.
When I did Snatch Game of Love
Yes.
on All Stars, my B. Arthur drag was so comfortable.
See?
Just like a pair of hip shorts, no corset.
Yep.
I was like, this is me now.
This
a
is
flat
breed.
boot.
That's it.
I was like, this is my drag now. I'm a B. Arthur impersonator now.
Okay, Darlene was Mrs. Claus, the slutty Mrs. Claus.
I don't know if she was slutty or hungry. I think she hasn't been getting it.
Yeah.
But did she get it, Bianca?
Well, I don't think she got the challenge. I wanted it to be good, but it was kind of Finally, the men in question show up and the flirting begins. Now let's take a moment to talk about Zane Phillips and his shorts. Hello. Not bad to look at.
Excellent camera work.
Not bad to look at. And I always say, I would totally kick him out of bed to him on the floor.
Can I just say,
Yeah.
I would love to see Zane on the next season of Heated Rivalry.
I have not seen Heated Rivalry. I've been busy.
Girl.
Tell me
Where
about
have
it.
you been? It's everything. You know, they get you first, they think it's sexy, but then it touches your heart, which I know you don't have.
Nope.
But I really think you'd like it, and I'm so glad that we have it, and I think it's something that like people of our generation didn't have, and so it's like really special to us. So get into it. I'm so excited that they got to go to the Golden Globes. It was so cute to see them like having their moment. Like, I love it so much. I can't wait for season 2. It's everything. Get with the program, Nana.
Who do you think out of this first group is actually turning it? My picks are Jane as Truman and Nene as David. I think so far they're the front runners. Definitely not Bloody Mary.
No.
Well, yeah, I know you hate her because of her earrings. But yeah.
I hated her for more than the earrings. Part of the success of Truman and David Attenborough, and this is how you win an Oscar. So Bianca,
talk to me.
When you want to go win your Oscar,
Yes.
you've got to try something different and be ugly for a change. You have to stop being so beautiful all the time.
Oh my God, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. So not only is she being a but she's lying. All right, so far with this first group, if we're gonna choose a winner or a top pick, I have to say it's Nene with David Attenborough because this is before I even see the runway. I'm just saying, seemed to be the most comfortable in what they were doing and comfortable in what they were wearing. But I thought, you know what? That to me was good.
For me, I think I'm gonna give an edge to Truman Capote.
I agree. It could be either one. It could be either one. I think I was most surprised by Nene because I haven't really seen her do as good as this in anything yet.
It's always fun at Snatch Game when somebody like really pulls it out of the hat. Like Aquaria, who saw that coming, you know?
Yeah.
Or Gigi Good, who saw that coming? Like, very exciting when that happens.
Have you ever seen cum? Like in your eye?
It's in there right now.
Like coming towards you. Like you said, oh, you don't see that coming. But I've seen people coming and the cum has come.
And a very wise woman once said,
We know her.
it burns.
Thank you, Coco Peru. Now, before the Island Bros can pick their match, 4 more hoes show up to try to snatch their way to a date, starting with Lizzo. Kenya. Okay, Kenya, love Kenya, great personality. Rarely knows her words, and she has decided to do Lizzo, which we somewhat talked about before, but I don't think it lends itself to the game, and it just shows desperation.
It's fun to get physical, and I guess in this like environment with Snatch Game, Love Island, they could get physical, but there's gotta be a payoff better than just like.
Right. Agreed. Well, you do that well. Do it to your camera so people can see your, yeah. Look at that. Look at that mobility at her age.
I just came from acupuncture.
Good job, bitch. Now, Mikey as Drew Barrymore, what'd you think of that?
Very cute, very cute. I love Drew, and I thought this was like the right balance of like tribute. Like clearly this is someone who like knows about and is into Drew.
Yeah.
But like it's still a little shady. Like
Of course
in the
it is.
best way, you know what I mean?
Of course it is, and I always thought Drew Barrymore would be a great ventriloquist because her little mouth is over here, so it could be like this. But also, I thought she could have gotten up and like gone and sat with the boys and sat on their lap and tried to talk to them.
And,
Yes,
like,
because
touch
she
your
loves all
face,
that.
Yeah. But think about it. She might have been thinking ahead. Like imagine if I was playing Drew and I
Yeah.
came up to you on Snatch Game and I started to touch your face, I would not live to see the end of the season.
Interesting.
So she might have been protecting herself, you know, playing the long game.
Right.
I don't want Bianca to kill me.
I'm glad she's thinking of me. Thank you. That was a very thoughtful way of putting it. Now, Juicy as JoJo Siwa. Okay. All right, first of all, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it for the wrong reasons. She committed to it, and we all know. I mean, if you didn't say it was JoJo, it could be any twink on meth, because that's what she was giving. She was committed to it, and I loved her for it, but it made no sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She reminds me a lot of Jessica Wilde, who I love.
Sister Jessica.
I love it. Committed to it and just funny because she's trying, you know?
Yeah. It was wise for the dancer
Yes.
to pick someone that could reference movement.
Yes.
And actually, that wasn't even the best part of it. Like,
Yeah, she was funny.
it was kind of silly.
It was kind of silly, it was kind of funny, and it was a surprise, because with her first two choices, I was kind of like, girl, she's going home.
A very fortunate safe.
Completely. And then we have Discord as the Pope. I think her face and the prosthetics gives her this look of, it's a mixture of things. It's like Paul McCartney, Angela Lansbury, and Mar-a-Lago face. All the queens are back, and the Island Bros have made their decision. It's a Sean Cody finish, with the bros picking each other for an island threesome and not picking any of the contestants. Speaking of threesomes, have you ever been involved in a threesome? And did you enjoy it? Were you in a relationship with the person you were with and then brought in a third, or was it just three random people?
Friends.
Are you still friends with them?
Uh-huh.
Have you done it more than once?
No.
Just once. Were you drunk?
Nope.
You were completely sober? And what happened?
Boarding school.
Interesting. Does your family count if it's a threesome? Now, let me ask you, who turned it in All right, Alexis, now that we've seen the second group, who do you think is in deep trouble?
I think in this group, I'm worried about Lizzo. It was like memorably not great.
Yeah.
Because of all the physicality and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm kind of rooting for Drew Barrymore.
Okay, so you hate Kenya. Got it. And who are you worried about in the first group? Bloody Mary. Got it. All right, here we are.
Those earrings.
Back on the main stage, looking gorgeous in green, RuPaul, Michelle Visage, Carson Kressley, and extra special guest judge, Brooke Shields. Now, I love Brooke Shields. I'm of a certain age, 27. I know who Brooke Shields is. Some of these queens don't know who Brooke is. How?
Criminal.
Sad. And our runway category is 80s ladies. Finally, a runway for us mature drag queens. First up is Athena Dion as Joan Collins. Thoughts on this look?
I mean, it's very Joan Collins, although that eye makeup is not blended. But I do appreciate the glamour, and I do think this material choice looks great on camera, and I love Joan Collins.
I've been looking at her face, and you know me, I don't like to blend. But I'm looking at what's going on here, and it just appears to be muddy. Is it bar face on television that's creating a problem?
I think there's a disconnect. This is clearly like a really fierce queen, highly professional, is out there working every week, and there's a disconnect between what looks good in the club or, you know, at brunch and what looks good on TV. Now, I think she's beautiful, but I remember like thinking, when I went on, like, you have to try to like soften it just a little. Did you do that?
I'm all about softness.
Oh, great. Good.
I love the look. I love Joan Collins. I think it's a great reference. I love the proportions this time, Athena. You did good, Athena.
Love
See?
this.
See? I'm giving credit.
You're being really nice to Athena today. Is that because I'm here?
No, you don't matter. Next, we have Jane Don't as Kate Pearson from the B-52s. Great look. Even if you took out the whole B-52 thing, I think it's a great dress, flattering dress, cute hairdo. It just screams 80s to me. Jane, another fabulous look. She's really had some great looks this season.
Yeah.
I must say.
Love Jane.
Good job, Jane. Next, we have Mia Starr as Prince. I like this wig, Mia, but the tricky part is I wish it would have been like an oversized Prince hairdo, you know?
Yeah, for me, that's what's lacking. But it could have been, you know, something like this that's
Yeah.
like off the neck and really giving that volume and that texture up top.
I gotta say, though, the look was better than her Snatch Game performance.
Very much so.
Very much so.
Very
I
much
think
so.
she committed to the look. I think it's a really, really good look, Mia, but I don't know if this is going to help you. Next, we've got Nene Coco as Cyndi Lauper. Come on now. This is cute. I do feel a petticoat under that would have been great. I do feel maybe some yellow highlights on that side that shaved would have been great too, but that's me being a nitpicky.
No, but you're a drag queen,
Yeah.
and like we exaggerate.
Yes.
And I think you could have exaggerated. Like you say a petticoat, I would go even further. I would have shortened it, made it really full, so like show the leg more. Even if it's not literal Cindy, I think it just needs.
Cyndi heightened.
Yeah.
Yeah. Darlene Mitchell as Dolly Parton. We are all partial to Dolly Parton.
Of course.
We all love.
And this is one of my fave Dolly looks.
Oh, girl, Dolly at that point in time,
Yeah.
forget it. Forget it, forget it. Now, this is a good look for Darlene. I shouldn't be judging her based on that, but not my favorite Dolly replica.
The benefit she has is she is trim. She's got that trademark little Dolly waist, but then you've got to amplify elsewhere. Definitely a bigger bust line, definitely bigger hip, because what makes Dolly's shape so extreme is the really crazy proportions. Have you ever been to Dollywood
I
and
have
seen
been.
those mannequins?
Seen those clothes.
They had to make mannequins just to model the clothes because the proportion is so unlike anyone else.
Oh, totally. A princess seam and a dart. That's how big them titties are. Yeah, it almost looks like it's a 90s Dolly dress with an 80s Dolly's hair.
Exactly. The hair is not matching the era of the
Yeah,
dress.
it seems like a 90s Dolly dress with an 80s Dolly hair. If you're a real gay, you know what I'm talking about. Next, we have Kenya Pleaser as Shaka Khan. Throw it in the garbage can. Throw it in the garbage can. Garbage, 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 garbage. Kenya, lazy. Lazy. I don't care for this, and no one can change my mind.
And I won't try.
You see? Come on now, this is the most pedestrian runway that I have seen.
This is taking you back to season 1 and season 2.
It is.
You know what I'm
when
saying?
you could use off the rack.
What a
Yeah.
nostalgic moment on the runway of RuPaul's Drag Race.
Next, we have Mikey Meeks as Olivia Newton-John. Okay, I absolutely love Olivia Newton-John.
R.I.P. Olivia.
The best, the most gorgeous, Xanadu, Grease, everything. I just live for Olivia Newton-John.
International treasure.
Yes, this,
Here's the thing. I mean, if you're gonna dragify this, you need 2 to 3 times as much fringe, I think. And Lord help us with that purple painted character shoe.
Ooh.
Michelle said it, and who cares if that's what she wore? Mama, look at yourself.
Yeah.
A 1-inch character shoe?
Yeah, it ain't the best look. I love Olivia Newton-John, and I think pretty people should do Olivia Newton-John, not this bitch. I mean, you really need somebody pretty to play Olivia. Like, you know, me.
I would love to see that.
Thank you. Look at you.
Delusion.
Next, we have Juicy Love Dion as Celia Cruz. Okay, she does not disappoint. I do love this dress. I think the proportions are gorgeous, but Celia's known to be campy, so I kind of wanted a little more. But she does look gorgeous.
I'm with you. The proportions of the gown are lovely. The nip of the waist, the nip at the knee, the fullness of that tiered skirt. It's really lovely. And it's funny, like from far away, I don't love the way those appliques look, but when they close up on it, the little cutouts of lace are actually really pretty.
I think it's a great look, and maybe I'm just nitpicking her because she has been so good, and obviously everything is not going to be top tier for every runway.
Right.
So that's me being a and just going, it's easy to say when you're sitting in this chair. Right, Alexis?
Especially in a waistless dress.
At least I'm not living a wasteless life. Now we have Discord Adams as Reba McEntire. Okay, she says Reba, but I'm getting Winona Judd. That's what I'm getting. She's hiding that hair, and there's not a top lip to be found. But I think it's too extreme. She kind of looks like a burnt poodle.
I see the poodle, and you know what else is giving me that gather in the hair with it tall on top? It's Bernadette Peters, Act 2 in Into the Woods.
That very much so.
I feel like this might be the time to mention, we were talking about the difference between illusion and impersonation.
Correct.
In the Snatch Game, we're saying, like, you got to impersonate, you got to embody.
Yeah.
But here's this runway where they have the opportunity on a similar themed episode to give the illusion, that full fantasy of these iconic women.
Yes.
And I'm just gonna say, I don't think many of them hit it out of the park. I like referential drag. Like, I like to, but I am anal. I'm anal. And I like to get every detail down to the wire as best I can.
She likes anal.
Yeah.
Yeah, anal.
Yeah.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah.
Because you like to be anal.
Yeah.
And this is No, I don't actually think it's I think it's good, but it's man short. And you know what I call man short?
Yes.
Yeah, it's just like it's made for lady and it's hitting the ankle.
And when that happens, if you wear a platform shoe, it makes it so much worse. So like if you have a dress that's not quite all the way there, you gotta get the lowest to the floor, especially in the front, as you can.
Well, maybe, ride with me a minute, Alexis. Maybe she's trying to accentuate that sexy walk she does.
Oh.
My bad, Discord. Back on the main stage, Ru has made the decision that Nene Coco wins the Snatch Game of Love Island and a cash tip of $5,000. Congrats, Nene! Yay! Good job, Nene. Good job. Now, what'd you think of Nene winning?
Very well deserved. I loved it. Again, like I told you, when you're ready to be ugly, you'll win that Oscar.
That's it, sister.
You know?
That's it. And now we get to the bottom two. Unfortunately, we don't get another lip sync from Juicy because Ru decides that Kenya Pleaser and Mia Starr are the bottoms of the week. Do you agree?
Yes, unfortunately.
Bloody Mary and Lizzo in the bottom. Now the girls have to lip sync to Head Over Heels by the Go-Go's. Oh, where is Peppermint when you need her?
Oh, Pep, we love you.
Now this is an interesting lip sync here, I gotta say. I'm not impressed with either one of them, to be very honest.
Because it's a great song.
It's a great song, and it looks like Kenya doesn't even know all the words yet again. But I also am not impressed with what Mia is doing. If it was up to me, I'd send both the bitches home.
Oh.
I would. Come on now, you're watching the same thing I'm watching. It was kind of like, mediocre at best.
Yeah. Can I say something nice to you?
Please.
I have always felt that if anybody was ever going to take over for our dear television mother, I would watch Bianca's Drag Race.
Oh, that is lovely. But you know I'm older than Ru.
Formaldehyde works.
I appreciate the compliment, but we all know she ain't going nowhere. Ru has made up her mind, and Mia Starr is eliminated.
I didn't see this coming.
I mean, I thought for sure Kenya was going home, all right? I thought they both were and the fact that Mia is going home, I'm quite shocked, and the only positive thing that I can say is that at least she's going home, not in an Etsy wig.
When you are wearing a t-shirt on the runway of RuPaul's Drag Race, you better turn the hell out of that lip sync, and I thought it was okay at best.
I mean, the key word is lip sync. She knew every other word. But to be fair, I wasn't impressed with either one of them. So that's my opinion, but it ain't up to us.
She should have borrowed Valentina's mask.
Oh, that'd have been helpful. Well, Alexis, thank you for joining me here at the Pit Stop and chatting all things RuPaul's Drag Race Season 18. I am so glad you came, and I'm so glad that we both agree that I am not nasty or rotted, just truthful.
A truth seeker, if you will.
That I am. Now, before we go, is there anything coming up that you would like to plug?
Well, of course, everybody, go grab No Tea, No Shade, My Life as a Drag Queen, wherever books are sold. And I can't talk about it yet, but I do have some theater coming in 2026. So.
Exciting, exciting.
Stay
and for us
tuned.
to stay tuned, we find you at...
Alexis Michelle Official.
But before we go, I do have to ask you this because you've been through this. Do you think I'm being too hard on Athena? Time to go! Thank you for joining us. All right, next week, catch me here at the Pit Stop, the only official recap show for RuPaul's Drag Race Season 18. I'm Bianca Del Rio, and I will see you next week. Until then, let's all patiently await another opportunity to see Juicy Love Dion lip sync for us. Goodbye! I really didn't want you to answer that. That was kind of rhetorical. Wait, is my eyelash coming off? Or am I just having a stroke?
Let me see.
Is it?
No, you're okay.
Okay. Yeah. No, because you get to a certain age and your eyelashes don't stay up. It's like erectile dysfunction for the eyes.
We should shoot Trimex into them.
That would help. Girl, please. I need my eye to stay hard.
Hey there, it's Michelle Visage. Do you say yay for gay? Well, then join me and subscribe to RuPaul's Drag Race YouTube channel.